What's up, guys, girls, and divisions by zero? So, I don't really know how to explain where the idea for what I'm going to do today came from. I kind of just thought of it, and I thought it'd be a cool idea. What I want to do is I want to take a Rob top level. It'd be cool if I could actually have it pick between multiple, but I'm probably just going to pick one for starters. And it puts a random beginning point and a random end point, and you just have to try to race to the ending as fast as you can. I think that'd be cool. And you'd also have usage of, like, various modifiers and stuff, and it would be neat. So I don't really know how we're gonna do this, but I'm just gonna get started by getting a copy of Time Machine, because Time Machine's goated. Also, I like Water Flame music, as some of you guys would know. So first things first, we're gonna need to make this a platformer. You know what you should do first things first? Hit that subscribe button, baby! Yeah! Because we have demolished 300k, and now we're setting our sights on 400k! Let's go! Alright, back to Time Machine. Now, the first and most important thing is that we need to have a bunch of potential starting points, right? And then we also need to have a bunch of potential endpoints. So what I'm gonna have, we're gonna have this, and all these are gonna be off at the beginning. Then we're gonna have an on toggle that gets spawn triggered. Let's just have I don't know, let's just do like 10 random start points to begin with, and if we need more, then we can put more. All right, and then now I need to go in preview mode so I can actually see, or I need to exit preview mode so I can actually see them. I think our first one is just going to be right at the beginning. I want there to be a lot of starting points. That way there'll hopefully be a unique experience. I'm not saying it's impossible that you'll get the same thing sometimes, but I want it to be, like, rare, ideally. Actually, we should probably... I feel like we need to get rid of the mirror portal, because I'm pretty sure in platform mode... Yeah, your controls are backwards, so we actually probably should just ditch the mirror portals. Put one right in the middle of the ship part. Looks like we are actually going to need more starting points, which is fine with me, low-key, because, you know, that just means more fun, more variety for potential positions. All right, and then now we need to go back up here, paste, build helper. Build helper. All right, cool. So that should be good. Now what we want to do is we want to randomly enable one of these. So we need to go through, we need to add all of them to a group. So we need to add 21 to 40 to a random trigger, advanced random. So now when we hit the advanced random trigger, only one of these should be on. Yeah, there we go. So only one of them is turned on now. And then, I guess with that, then we would also have to toggle on, like, a teleport trigger, because I don't think we can't select, like, all of them. Does this work if I just select all of the cubes and give them a group? Can I teleport to only the one that's turned on? Oh, wait. No. It's not. Wait, oh my god, it does work. That's insane. What the? That's crazy. Okay, cool. I was really worried I'd have to make teleport triggers for each object and toggle those on as well. But I guess if you have multiple objects in a group, but only one of them is active, then the teleport trigger will work. Okay, cool. Well, in that case, that's good. Does static cam also work? Because I did want to do something with that. Okay, static cam seems to not work. Yeah, I don't know why it's going to this one specifically. What if I delete it? Oh, then the static cam doesn't do anything? That's so interesting. That's fine. I can do a workaround for this. But it's cool that we got the teleport. That's really good. Also, why are these... They're, like, hidden. Wait, they don't... Do they not all have group 9? Oh, no, wait. They have group 41. I'm stupid. I was literally typing in the wrong number. Does it work? Okay, no. The static camera doesn't follow the same logic. It actually does need one object to be static to. But it's cool that the other thing works. I'm not sure why this is being hidden. We're toggling it back on. It works when I do it like this, but for some reason it doesn't turn visible when the advanced random trigger does it. What? Why? This is such a weird issue. Unless the issue is that it's teleporting us to... It's not teleporting us to the right one? Hold on. Okay, so we got teleported there. No, they're literally all off. What? What are we doing? Alright, I figured it out. The unfortunate thing... We're definitely gonna... we're definitely gonna need, I think we're definitely gonna need teleport triggers for every single one. So, I don't know what the difference is, but I fixed the static cam thing by making each thing a group parent. So what it does is we have random triggers that will toggle on 2 random static cam triggers, and then this thing just plays them both spawn ordered. So it zooms us to the first one. This is going to be your starting point. And then it'll zoom over to the second one, which will be the ending point. And that's good. So now we can do a little bit more of the fun stuff, and we can place the ending points. Since these don't need to be in as like manageable of spots because they need to be somewhat challenging, we can sort of put them wherever. Like we can put this one up here. We can put one up here, one here, one here. We're gonna put one up here, obviously. We're gonna put one here just because this opens the opportunity or the possibility of the chance of getting this lineup, which would be 1 jump to win. And I think that'd be very funny. And actually, we'll also put one over here. That way there's like technically a possibility that you have to go from the start to the end or the end to the start. So yeah, so now we have this set up where it will pick 2 points and that will work. My question now, do these all have 1 group? If we scale these, oh, that works. Yeah, cool. So after that's done, we can even scale up the objects. Yeah, so after that, we will static cam back over to whichever one there was at the start. Low-key probably move all of this stuff up by a bit. And then I want there to be a countdown. So that means we need guide objects. After the countdown starts, or finishes, that's when we'll teleport like the player in. Cool, and now I think all we have to do is, yeah, we just need to make a bunch of teleport triggers now. So this won't be very hard. I'm just gonna do it on my own though, because like, there's not really a point. It's the same thing as a static camera. I'm gonna make a teleport trigger for every single object, every single one of the potential starting points, and then one of them will, you know, one of them will get activated when we finish up here. All right, so that mechanism works. So now we get the starting point, an ending point, and we go back to the starting point, we get our countdown, and when time is up, we can start moving and hopefully not die instantly. Now, what I want to do is, well, first of all, we actually have to put end triggers on all of the check marks, but that's easy, so I'll do that later. But what we need to do now is, we need to make sure, well, first we need to make sure the level is traversable backwards and forwards. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some invisible... Actually, I'll just make him visible. There's not really any harm in it. No, I'll make him invisible. No, I'll leave him visible. I'm gonna put some ship portals in every ship section on both ends. We need to make sure that they're properly spaced out, though. So I'll probably put another normal portal here, but I will hide this one. But then we also are gonna need a ship portal that does the same. And we'll have to ship-proof this part as well. Okay, let me make sure that this is traversable backwards. So we're in the ship, that's all fine and good. And there should be no way, theoretically, no way to break out. So we can go here. Well, actually, I guess it doesn't need to be traversable backwards. It just needs to be possible to go from the ship to the cube. For reasons that I will mention later. Or I'll mention them as soon as I'm done checking the ship sections here. So we can't break out of here. Ship backwards. So that'll work. So now the reason that I'm gonna check something else now, because what I want to do in this little mini game is give you the ability to switch game modes with like the player 2 controls. And one of those game modes you'll be allowed to do is robot. So I want to make sure make sure that these cube parts are potentially doable backwards as the robot. Because if they are, then we're in good hands. It means the level is possible. Because at any given time, you'll always have the ability to switch between cube and robot. You'll even be able to choose your speed, hopefully. This is hard, but it's doable? Yeah. Hard, but possible. Oh, and then I guess we need to have a way to get back down here. Maybe check in not preview mode. Boy, I really can't see, but we want to make sure that we can actually... Oh, wait, the robot can jump 3 blocks high? I did not realize that. We want to make sure that the robot can hit all of the check mark spots. So this will be possible. This is hard, but it's possible, so we're keeping it because that's technically doable. Same with this. You can make this jump. And then we need another portal here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you can get up here, keep going back, and then now we need another portal. Okay, again, that's hard, but it's possible, so I don't need to change anything there. That's doable. Ooh, that's doable. We're not changing anything. And then we're back here. So that's all doable. All right, let's just check the first part. And if the first cube is possible backwards, then we are good. This is definitely doable, but it's definitely very hard. Yeah, that's doable. It's very weird, though. But no reason to change it, so I'm not going to. Okay, hold on. That's probably possible. I just suck. Actually, no, yeah, it is possible, because we can't go over the spike in one go, but we can land on the edge, like that, and then keep going. Oh, that's a scenario. But it works, okay. Back we go, get the first coin for swag. So here's the thing. This is probably doable without having to make adjustments, although that sucks, so I'm going to. Okay, that works. Alright, cool. Now Time Machine is fully possible backwards as the robot. So that's good. So now, that's done, we need to make our system for changing your gravity... I mean, not your gravity, changing your game mode and speed. So I don't think this will actually be too bad. First things first, let's get some UI down for this. And I think I'm gonna let you be any game mode that isn't free flying. So no ship, no UFO, no wave, or swing copter, even though wave and swing copter don't work. Spider might just be annoying low-key, but I'll give you the option, I guess. But yeah, so the default is going to be this. Oh yeah, and another thing we can do while we're in the beginning here, because we are going to need to read player 2 input and make this a 2-player level, is at the very beginning. First off, we're going to disable player input. And yeah, we can take this time, the very start of the level, to hide the other player in like a box somewhere, because there's no way to read player 2 input in one player mode, which is so stupid. I don't know how that's a thing. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to have one counter that will determine whether you're selected on the speed or the game mode. This will just be every time, I think I'm gonna say every time you jump as player 2, the counter will switch. So let's just try that out. Let's do an event trigger that sets it to 0. We'll just do a sequence trigger that does these both over and over again, and it'll be multi-trigger. And what we'll do is we will activate that whenever you push jump, and that'll only be for player 2. That should work, I think. There we go, cool. And it doesn't activate when player 1 jumps, it only activates when player 2 jumps. Very cool. And then yeah, the method that we're actually gonna use to switch the selection is that's gonna be what we toggle. We're gonna toggle on the sparkle for each thing. Now, by default, it's gonna be on speed, which is fine. But yeah, then we'll need a toggle for this. That didn't work. Oh, I did it again. Target ID should go in here, and target count goes here. I always get these backwards, and I don't know why. Sick. Nice. So now that changes what we have selected. And then now, we need to make cases for every single one, basically. So when we're on game mode and we hit like left or right, then that will change what game mode we are in. So we'll have actually we'll do speed first because it's on the left. All right, so we'll have another counter that it keeps track of what speed we're on, and it's gonna have to start off at 1 by default, not the slowest speed. So we'll actually do this. We'll just have counter 2 and counter 3. What we need to do on the left press, we're gonna decrease the number. So let's do this. So if we do left, we'd want to decrease the count by 1, but only if it's not 0. If it's 0, that means we're on the slowest speed. We need to actually wrap around to the top. 0 needs to be 1, 2, 3. Override this to 3. So when we go left, do player 2 left push. All right, so we hit left, goes down to 0, left 3, 2, 1, 0, left 3, 2, 1, 0, left 3, 2, 1, 0. Perfect. So now we can change the selection and we can turn it down, and that works. Now we need to handle the first part of this, which is checking which one we're on. So if item ID 1 is equal to, if item ID 1 is equal to 0, then that means we should change the speed. If item ID 1 is equal to 0, it means we do this, which changes the speed. And if it's not, then we would do the same thing, except we would do it for item ID 3. So speed selected, that number changes perfectly fine. We changed to game mode, and now only that number changes. Sweet. So now we can rapidly swap back and forth, and we're only changing the correct one. Very, very good. Now we just have to do the same thing for the right press. Oh, you see that? It appeared for like 1 frame, which is what I want. Let's make group 200 our follow the player group. 200 follows the player. And then now, what we want to happen is that if item ID 2 is ever 0, then we will activate the spawn trigger. And that should work now. So if this ever goes down to 0, didn't work. Okay, it works if I touch trigger it and I like walk into it. Oh, you know why? Guess what I messed up again. Cool. That does work. And then now we just need to do the same thing for everyone. We will also have to change the speed up here. That's fine though, because I can do that. It's activating when it hits 0 for some reason, and I'm not sure why. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. This activates group 117 when 2 is 0. Okay, even so, dude, this is still activating when the count is 0, and it's not supposed to. Okay, let's start over here. Let's give each of these a group. 115, 116, 117, 118. Then what we're gonna do for each one of these, let's start from for a brief moment. We're going to toggle it on and then toggle it off. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Toggle it on, we're gonna toggle it off, give this a group. This is group 119. We're gonna activate group 119, spawn triggered, multi-triggered. Then, when the count is 0, count of group ID 2 is 0, we are going to activate this spawn trigger. Multi-activate. So that works. Yeah? Next up, group 116. We're going to activate group 116. Then we're going to immediately shut it off. Spawn trigger, multi-trigger. 121. We're going to call group 121 spawn ordered, and we're going to multi-trigger that. Then, call group 122. And item ID 1, or 2, sorry, is 1. But it's activating when it's 0. Why? All right, we're gonna revamp our system briefly. Instead of it being 0 to 3, we're gonna make it 1 to 4, I guess. So now we're on speed 2 by default. So we wanna do this when it's 1, we wanna do this when it's 2. Okay, well that time it just didn't work at all. Oh, activate group. Why? Literally, why? Why are you activating? Okay, you know what? Let's just continue going for a second and see if this pattern continues. So when it hits 1, it's literally activating all of them, and I don't know why. Like, this is such a weird bug. It doesn't even happen with all of them. It's happening with the first couple. That was the first 3, but it doesn't happen with the third one? There's literally no reason. Let's just run a bunch of instant count triggers every, like, frame. I literally wrote them backwards again, dude. I always do this. I just don't understand. I don't understand why I keep doing it. I literally cannot for my life stop writing these things backwards. All right, and then let's take care of the decorative, like, speed up here. Just so I don't forget to, because it's gonna drive me insane if I do. Okay, that works. So you can see our speed up top is also changing. And that's good. And now all we need to do is give this group 200. And just like that, we can change our speed at will. Blended. Okay, a lot of work. I did a lot of work off camera. I fixed some issues. I think it should work. It probably still has edge cases, but we're gonna give it a test play now. So it zooms around to all of the markers. You get a countdown. I actually didn't even see where we're going. I think we're going to the right somewhere. There's instructions up here. I'll probably move them down so they're not in the way of the timer, but yeah, let's go a little bit faster, I think. I think I want to do that. Maybe even faster. I really probably should have paid attention to where that marker was. Oh, it was right there. All right. I'm so angry. All right. Gotta go pretty far for this one. That's okay. Let's be robot. I'm, like, not very good. Nice. Let's go back down to normal speed. That's so hard. This is so difficult, but, I mean, it works. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I should have been a cube, bro. No! How did I... Dude, I'm so bad at Geometry Dash. It's actually insane. Okay, that doesn't... That's pretty far, actually. Okay, it's right there. Ball might be better. Whatever, let's just... There we go. Man! Alright, so there you have it. It works. It's actually pretty difficult, depending on, like, what you roll, but it works. And that's all I could ask for. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy that. Special thanks to all channel members, including Gatto, Invdu, Gabriel555Tai, Ghosty, Artificial, and Pixifer. Thank you guys so much. All support means the absolute world to me. And yeah, level ID for this will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys all in the next video.